Welcome back, everybody. This is Yawgmoth the Rogue here with the continuation of our 1 to 99 solo unregistered series for the Pure Class Priest. We are level 7 and have just finished collecting 35,000 gold by selling ammo parts we got from the crypt. By now you may have seen the durability of your weapon getting lower. We will repair these at a local weapon shop or armor smith, and I'll show you how to do that while we're buying our gear upgrades. At Vorloff.com, if we click the equipment link on the left, we want to look at necklaces first, as having elemental damage will give us a significant damage increase. The first few necklaces that we will get, now that we meet the level requirements here, is from the Recession Armory, and they cost around 10,000 gold pieces apiece. We'll want to get 2 of them so that we can maximize our damage by swapping between them. Clicking the general knowledge link and going down to elements, we are given this diagram here. And in this diagram we can see that fire is weak against water, which is weak against earth, which is weak against wind, which is weak against fire. And we can use this diagram to help us maximize our damage while hunting. So this means that if we use fire, we'll be weak against water, but strong against wind. And if we buy an earth necklace, earth will be strong against water and weak against wind. So swapping between the necklaces, we can maximize our damage. We do 136% increased damage to what we're strong against, and we do 100% increased damage for just having a necklace. The dark element is strong against all except the light, and the light is only strong against the dark. Having the wrong element will still net us a plus 80% damage increase over having no element at all. Having elemental defense works in much the same way. We take half damage, a little bit more or less, depending on if we're strong or weak against that element. Next, let's look at belts. If we click on the belts tab, we can see that there are a variety of belts at 10,000 gold that we can buy. Since the necklaces are at Recession, we might as well buy the wind belt, since that is also located at Recession. Next up is our weapon upgrade. At level 7, we can use the Lurer's Saber, which costs 1,500 gold. It more than 6 times our minimum damage and doubles our max damage. After the Lurer's Saber, the next sword will be the Clanmeha at level 14. Lastly, since we are a priest, we might as well buy some armor that makes us look like one. We can get a gown for 800 gold at the Milep Tailor, and then at level 11, we can get our next armor along with some nice looking headgear. Alright, now that we have our targets, let's go shopping, and then afterwards we'll head to our next hunting area. Opening our map, we can find the tailor located here. So let's go. Don't I just look cute now? Alright, so now let's exit Milep. On the map, we can exit here. So let's make our way down that way. Exiting Milep, we're going to go to Pravet Cave, across, and then we'll go to Lures, out, and then Recession. And we can find the armor smith by looking at the map. This is the weaponsmith, and in the next room is the armor smith that sells the necklace and belt. So I'll recommend buying the fire and the earth necklace, and then the wind belt is the only belt that we can buy from him. After we've bought these, we'll press A to open our inventory, and then equip them by pressing the appropriate hotkeys or double-clicking them. Next, let's make our way back to Lurer's Castle. That is where the weaponsmith is located. There is no map for this area. Here we can repair items by either using the chat command, repair all, or unequip the item and repair them individually by clicking on the NPC and selecting repair items. Repair all can be nice, but certain items are very expensive to repair and it might be cheaper to simply get new ones. So be careful with repair all, it could break your bank. Now let's get to our sword and get rid of this stick. So one thing that you might immediately notice is that equipping a sword penalizes our mana. Equipping armor will also reduce our mana, as it makes it harder for us to cast spells comfortably. So if I pick up this shield here and equip it, you will see that my mana goes to 1. Since we will be the main damage dealer, I only recommend using swords and not shields or greaves yet, as we want some mana to be able to cast spells with. When we start using spells as our main damage and main way to level up, we'll no longer use our sword or keep our sword in our inventory until needed. Alright, now that we have everything, let's find out what hunting area we're going to go to until we're level 11 when we can learn Dio Lamb. We're going to want to go back the way we came and head towards Meleth. Now instead of going to Meleth, we want to go to the East Woodlands area. We're likely to be hunting here for a while, so this will be our new home. On Maps and Monsters, going to the Bestiary, if we go down to East Woodlands, we can see what creatures and what items drop here. We can see we can get the raw wax that we need for our Armach spell. Now you might also see Armach Fen, don't worry about that one. Fen spells only work on you, and they do the same thing as the non-Fen spells, so they're more or less pointless to get. We can also get raw honey here that we need for more Banach later, so we can save that if we get some. We may also get items like the Mantis Eye, which is a common drop that you can sell to Cyan, Dark Wizard, and Meleth for 1,500 gold. We can get the Viper's Gland that you can sell for 137 gold to Cyan. We can get a Bee Sting, which is a common drop that you can sell to Dar, the Dark Wizard, and Meleth for 400 gold a piece. We can get the Royal Wax, which sells to the White Witch and Meleth for 600 gold. Raw Wax sells to the White Witch for 50 gold. And Wolf's Lock sells to the White Witch for a whopping 6,500 gold. Royal Honey, I recommend you save all that you can, because you can only get them from this zone, and this zone has a max level cap. So you might be able to sell raw honey for a lot of money to other players who got power leveled and didn't get any here. I would ignore the wolf's skin, wolf's fur, wolf's teeth, and wasp wing, as no one convenient buys them. If we head over to the first area, this is called the Enchanted Garden. It is the only place that drops raw wax. This is an alternate hunting area comparable to Melith Crypt level 2. As you will see, the XP is low and is around 700. Now let's head back to our real hunting area. We'll be getting a lot more experience. Welcome to the first area and the main area that drops raw honey. Now let's talk about the monsters. Bees are non-hostile. Mantises are sometimes hostile and become hostile if they get too close. Wolves are hostile most of the time, so always kill wolves first as they give the most experience and are hostile, then kill mantises, and then kill bees. Now let's learn some basic bashing techniques. Always come up and attack the monster from behind or the side if possible to do the most damage. If in a couple swings you don't drop their HP bar down, swap necklaces as they are resistant. It is easy to swap between necklaces if your inventory is open and you press the number above the necklace to do it. In my case, I press 1. If they're weak against your element, their health will be reduced by quite a bit. Sometimes you can kill them before they can attack you. Okay, so the next technique is straight line kiting. If you step back and swing your weapon, as the monster approaches you, you will hit them. And if you step back again before they can attack, you can kite them and do damage and eventually kill them without taking much damage. The disadvantage to this technique is that you might draw the monster into a hostile group or another hostile monster and you'll have to deal with 2 of them or more. Now I'll lure the monsters out so you can get a better view of the next couple techniques. Next, we can use one monster to block the other hostile monster. So we will strike and then we'll move around and use the B to block the mantis. So we'll hit the B and then we'll move around. Hit the B and move around so that the mantis is always chasing us. The next technique is what I call the circle animation cancel method. This is where you hit and move sideways, and then quickly face the target, hit, turn away, and walk. If you do it well enough, you'll cancel the attack animation and be able to move without taking much damage. If you're not sure that you're using the correct necklace, just swap it out, test a few swings, and swap back if you notice no noticeable change. You won't run into many hostiles with this method, and you'll deal bonus damage for hitting the creature on the side. Use whichever methods you enjoy or are practical. You might kill the monster slower than normal, but you won't take much damage either. I like to use combinations of all the methods, and I might mindlessly bash until I have half hit points and then use the kiting methods above while I regenerate hit points. For example, you might use the straight line kite method to move creatures closer to other creatures, so that way one dies next to another and you can immediately aggro the next creature. Now you may see gear pieces such as necklaces and belts and shields drop here. They will be enchanted and have magical properties. We will not be of a high enough level to wield them or pick them up because we are unregistered. If you are registered, you can pick them up. You will notice that the monsters here give a considerable amount more experience. So leveling in this zone will be quick for a little while. Also, if you press Shift G, we'll be able to see that we have our elemental attack, defense, armor class, bonus damage, and bonus accuracy. Remember that the next spell we're learning is Begkrad and Armach, and then we'll try to learn the Perish Lore skill, as it'll help us identify the magical items that drop here. Alright guys, happy hunting. I'll see you guys when you're level 11 to get Dial Lamb. Collect items, sell them, gather as much gold as possible, and we'll see you all in the next video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and thank you for watching. Bye!